As long as there was okay, that makes sense to me. But if it's just do as I say, that ain't gonna fly
it's
anymore.
Feeling a little philosophical.
Yeah.
It's starting to sound like one of your guys, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's
starting to sound a little peevish.
Man, I know I'm gonna get got. But I'm gonna get mine more than I get got, though.
2-4 for the one time. I'ma get got, but I bet I gets mine. 2-4 to 2-6. And if I get got, then you know what I'ma get.
Welcome to the Get Got podcast presented by PrizePicks. We're live from the historic Millbrook Estate in Austin, Texas. The 1.3-acre garden oasis built in 1852 is now reintroduced as the headquarters for Millbrook companies, including Founders League, a private pickleball community for founders and C-suite execs. The estate has become a staple in the Austin pickleball community with its unique limestone bleacher setup overlooking two pristine courts. Beast mode. You ready, bro?
Let's get it.
All right, man. We got a big time guest with us right now. Play quarterback for BYU.
Ooh,
BYU. You know how they get down at BYU,
yeah,
all right?
we beat at BYU.
Coached at El Camino College, coached at SC, coached
We
for
beat
the
out of SC
He
too,
coached
but
for
they
the
cheated.
He coached for the Oakland Raiders in 2004. SC went back to SC after that, right? From 05 to 2008. Was with the Washington Huskies as a head coach. Went back to SC, was a head coach there, offensive coordinator for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Then was the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons. God damn, coach, you was everywhere. Then was another offensive coordinator for the Alabama Crimson Tide. And now, the current Texas Longhorn head coach, Coach Sarkeesian. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
UT, man. Welcome, man. What's going on, Coach?
Yeah, a lot of
I want to know
crossover
right
now.
now, have y'all played pickleball?
No, I haven't.
I got some weapons over there right now. With it.
I'm not a big pickleball guy.
Oh man,
I was just curious. I just want to know if y'all play pickleball.
Oh, you heard Mike saying all that.
Yeah, about pickleball.
See, look, you running your mouth, then got you in some.
Man, what are you talking about, bro?
Because he got the paddle now. You
But a lot of people play pickleball.
Yeah, it's a big
one
deal.
for you, too.
Pickleball's a big deal.
Yeah,
It
man.
is.
I didn't ask for the pickleball paddle.
I
bro.
know, but if you wanted to play him, I was going to line it up.
But he don't play, I don't play. You're the only one with the product that play.
So I'll beat your ass.
You don't play?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you play pickleball?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. I mean, the thing is, this is so competitive. And the thing is like, because you like, oh, it's just pickleball. It's not like no thing. And you get out there, you around and pull. Like, you got to get really
You better be
stretched
ready.
out. Yeah, hell
I
yeah.
hear that. I hear the Achilles will pop
Yeah,
on.
Hey,
well,
man, the growing, like,
Especially when you get over 40. Like, we all over 40 up here.
What?
So
you can't just go throwing age on man. You got to slow down, brother.
I mean, you beast mode. So you stay young forever. You like a Wolverine. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Or Deadpool. When I get older, I just like,
We got Coach Sarky. We got the head
yeah,
coach.
but look, man,
for the
he
Texas
probably
Longhorns.
goes sit down everywhere and always talk about the same. He probably
How
just,
do you don't even we haven't even asked him anything. So
I
how
know
do you
because you
know?
just jumped right on my goddamn head off the. You know what I
Coach.
mean? He probably like kicking back.
what was it like
See what I mean?
recruiting this guy? We'll start there.
Hold on, where you? That's what I mean. He always talk about that kind.
No, he don't talk about recruiting.
Man,
beast
how
mode,
you
though.
doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Yeah,
I'm living in Austin, Texas, at the University of Texas. You kidding me?
you've been picking up. I could hear you've been picking up on the accent out here too.
Oh, yeah, a little bit. You got to have it.
You gotta have,
it.
huh?
You got to have some boots. You got to have a little accent.
All right,
You got to have some boots.
So let me ask you this: is the boots in Texas more prominent than the hat?
The boots. Yeah.
The boots?
The boots.
Oh, I don't know. Somebody just threw out the rodeo back there. I don't know. Have you been to one?
Oh, yeah, I have. I swear I have. It's
Yeah.
entertaining.
And they were talking about kids jumping on the backs of sheep. So I thought that was child abuse. Why are y'all
How's
doing
that child abuse?
Because what happens if the kid gets thrown off?
That's why you teach them how to rope that thing. And hold on to it.
You don't do that.
Would you get a
No, I would not do it.
Yeah,
the bucket one?
exactly.
No, I would not do it.
You wouldn't try that shit? But you would play pickleball, but you wouldn't do the damn
Totally different.
But
bro.
you gotta check it out. It's worth it.
the rodeo.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's so look, man. I just recently see, Mike. This is how normal people just have normal conversations. You just want to
Keep going.
throw questions
Keep
down.
going, beast mode.
Oh, and don't want to get. You know what I mean?
Keep going.
Should just be. Let's have it natural. I just went and did some that I ain't never did before, and I'm talking about that was probably. I mean, you know this. Like I didn't been to many Super Bowls, but a NASCAR Daytona 500.
What'd you think?
Oh my God. That by far was probably one of the best parties I ever been to. And it was the race.
So we have a NASCAR race here in Austin. So last year I was a green flag. I started it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that
I
right?
couldn't believe it. How loud it was when you're in the pits and they're like you cannot hear.
How many people was there?
Too.
They doing that.
They were everywhere because our track is not oval. It's
like this.
It's everywhere. Like they go around. The track isn't just one oval. Formula One comes here too every fall.
Well,
I haven't been to it because we're always working, but I'd love to get to a Formula One race too. I heard the same thing.
I'm from Richmond, VA. We got a NASCAR there too, man.
Ain't nobody asked you that,
can
Mike.
hear it.
Ain't nobody.
You can hear it
asked you where you
miles
was from.
away, bro.
Yeah.
I'm nigga in Richmond. the thing was like a just a flat, the stands. I'm like, yeah, you know, there's probably 150,000 people there in the stands. And then it's all the people that's around. So it's probably like another 20, 30,000 people just running around, just doing. By far, one of the best experiences I ever had. And out of that 150,000 people, it's a lot of women up there too. And I think NASCAR got a dress code and it's booty cheeks. Because that's all I seen out there. And I'm like, God damn. By far one of the best experiences I had.
Like NASCAR is not a big deal in California. I'm from Torrance. I'm from like LA area. We weren't going to NASCAR races.
Hell no. Not even worried about it.
No.
Not even worried about it. And I'm like, damn, like.
I wasn't going to a rodeo. I could promise you that growing up.
Yeah, we missed it.
But now that I'm here to go to NASCAR, to go to rodeo, to do those things.
Y'all didn't have rodeo in California?
Not where
we had a horse racetrack. Yeah. But I mean.
Yeah, I had Hollywood Park, but now that's now SoFi.
Yeah, and we had Golden Gate Fields. You know, that's where they do the horse racing. But we ain't really had no like, oh yeah, because you a country. Oh yeah, so that makes sense. But no, we city boys. Our function's a little different. But I will tell you this. So since you've been here and getting acclimated, you've been taking on
Been trying, yeah. I've been doing more of what is it? But the beauty of it is, I was telling Mike this earlier, we're the largest city. Austin, Texas is the largest city in the U.S. with no major pro sports. So no NFL, no NBA, no Major League Baseball, but there's over 2 million people in the city of Austin. Like we're an urban campus.
Yeah, I'm about to say
it's a college town, but it's a city.
It's a real city.
That's crazy. So y'all are the pro team here.
Yeah. I say all the time, we're the 33rd NFL team.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the Show Love segment brought to you by PrizePicks, where you can win real cash by just picking more or less on your favorite players. Beast mode.
Yeah, boy.
All right, NFL season is over. Let's show love to them basketball players. Let's talk about Bam Adebayo. 83 points last month, man. Dude balled out, broke Kobe Bryant's record. Broke Kobe Bryant's scoring record of 80 points or something like that, 82 points. 81 points.
There you go.
Excuse me.
It's all good.
Do you think anybody else in the league can top that right now?
Do I think anybody could score 80?
Yeah, bro.
I think Luka might be able to do it. Because what Luka just put up was 60 something? I thought, Luka might be able to do it.
Luka. Yeah.
I mean, this is
Luka gotta be on though,
if you
bro.
got some hate going on, then I mean, do your thing. I mean, it
I'm
wouldn't be
not
like
hating, bro.
if it wasn't, but yeah, I mean.
I'm not hating, bro. I'm just saying, bro. I mean, Luka gotta be on. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, for you to score 80 points in a game, you gotta be on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. You gotta be on
bro.
too. You gotta be on too. I give you that.
Drop 83, bro.
I give you that. You think anybody a top Will Chamberlain and score over 100?
Do I think anybody a top 100? If if they do, I'll just be curious to see what kind of motion they have in the locker room after that. For you to pull that many shots, bruh, like, whoo. Now, I mean, if this is a thing, like, hey, bruh, ain't none of these got no defense out here, bruh. And like, hey, if somebody go for like, because how much did Bam have in the first quarter?
I think he had like close to 40 or something like that.
Yeah, if it's like one of them quarters and it's like, hey, I think we could really get to 100 and we come together collectively as a team. But if not, I don't see being able to take that many shots. It's like, oh, all right, cool.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's possible because that's 83 is a lot of points, but 100,
it's a lot.
Ooh.
But I mean, if ain't nobody else making no points, making no buckets, bro, and you the one hitting, my whole thing is the other team. Because in football, like, if you don't want to, in football, if you don't want to play,
like when do you start a fight?
That's what I'm saying. Like, when do you just say, the hell with that? He ain't going to get that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like, when do you start a fight? But then, I mean, that's, I don't know, man, like, crazy. But I do want to, you say that, I do want to show some love to that brother. That was something like amazing. So congratulations to throwing up 83. I know we got to it a little late. I see you, my boy. Keep doing your African on mamas.
Shout out to Bam Adebayo, 83 points last month. All right, how about this one? More or less, Bam, 18 and a half. Now they'll be playing Celtics or the Pistons depending on the playoff standings.
Ooh, I'm going to go more with him.
I got to go more, too. He done scored 83 points in a damn game.
He done scored 83 points. Yeah. Anything else is uncivilized. You feel me?
Yeah, bro.
He's one of them kind of ones.
Thank you to our good friends at PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app.
The playoff push is getting ready, you feel me? And the tournament hoops are here. And there's no better way to cash in on the high-flying hope action at PrizePicks, where it always feels good to be right. Every bucket, every dime, every win means more when you playing PrizePicks. So don't pass up the next shot with PrizePicks and get $50 off instantly in lineups when you play your first. I got $1, $2, $3, $4, $5
money. I know you rocking with Golden State.
Hell yeah, I'm going more on Draymond Green.
PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Pick from all your favorite sports, anything from basketball, baseball, hockey, UFC, soccer, college basketball, tennis, golf, esports, and more. New feature alert. PrizePicks now has early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes.
Join millions of users and sign up for America's #1 sporting pick app. Download PrizePicks app today and use code GetGot to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5. That's code Get Got to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5.
So do you use the city to kind of help you? I mean, obviously kids get paid now, but do you kind of use the city as a recruiting tool?
Definitely. You know, all these kids now, they're into branding, their own brand. What does that look like? You know, how do I do that? But I think it also helps in the fact of, you know, back in the day when I was coming up, when you guys were coming up, we didn't go very far from where we were raised.
Nope.
Right? Like my case was a little different. I was a JUCO transfer. I actually went to SC out of high school as a baseball player. Then I went to El Camino. Then I went to BYU. Shoot, I wanted to play. I wanted to go throw the ball. You stayed home. You weren't far from home.
Nope.
But over the last decade or so, more and more kids are more apt to go away from home. And I don't know if that's because of social media. Twitter started around 08, 09, but it's been about the last 15 or so years, 10, 15 years, kids are more apt to go away. Well, to me, I'm still going to recruit California. That's where I'm from. We've gotten into now recruiting more into Georgia and into Florida. We're in the SEC, so Texas has gotten pulled in that direction. Well, it's a lot helpful for us to go sign 3 of the top kids out of Miami last year when they're leaving that area and they're coming to another city and they're not just going to a small college town. Right. So we use it in that aspect, like the kids from LA or the kids from the Bay. Okay, I can leave there and come here. I still see cars. I still see, you know, buildings. I still see diversity. I see those things. But I'm just telling you.
I mean, look, I went to Penn State College.
It's different, man.
It's small, bro. It's not a lot going on. When the school ain't in session, there is no city. Think about that. So when you got breaks and stuff, you like, that ain't staying. You got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Damn, well, you know, I was 5 minutes from down the road.
Crib.
Yeah, it's different. So do we use it? For sure. For sure.
I think you got to. I mean, what about like the business community? Because I would assume being the fact that you got a lot more companies here because the city's bigger that you can, you know, kids can lean on that.
Well, I think it helps in 2 things. One, NIL, true NIL.
Yeah.
Forget pay for play. I'm talking about NIL. Like everyone made a big deal. Well, shoot, it's almost 4 years ago now when Bijan signed an NIL deal with Lamborghini of Austin.
Talk about that, because I don't know if our audience really understand the difference. Again, you said it just now, and it's perfect. You said NIL. We all think pay for play. Right. We don't really understand.
There's 2 of them.
Okay.
There is originally when all this started, there was the NIL. It was pay for play. It was the university's way to start collectives, to go through donors, to get get players paid to play. Let's just call it like it is. But in that time, there was true NIL that was happening too, meaning the player had his brand, his name, image, likeness, and he was able to sign deals with companies, some smaller, some bigger, for endorsements, just like a pro player. Well, at that time, that's when Bijan got a car deal with Lamborghini of Austin, and everybody assumed we did that for him. We didn't. Bijan did that deal. He met the Lamborghini of people from Austin, Bruce and his team, at a car race in town.
Just happened.
Bijan was being Bijan. You guys have been around him. He might be the nicest human being on the planet. On the planet. He was playing with their kids, and next thing you know, they worked a deal. Well, we've now reaped the benefit of it. Now I got 3 guys a year doing internships with Lamborghini of Austin. And so it goes both ways, right? Those deals go both ways because, like, do we tap into the businesses in town here? For sure. I got guys working at Tesla or doing internships with Tesla or now Google or Apple or oil and gas.
All of them are
all here.
They're all here.
They're all here now.
All of it's here, man.
Oh, this is the Silicon Valley of Texas.
So now everybody sees this money as short term. I'm trying to help our players see long term, right? Because they all aren't going to play as long as you 2 played in the league. They all think they are. And that's great to have all the dreams and hopes and aspirations of that. But the reality of it is, even if they make it, they're going to be gone within 3 years. Right. Then what are they going to do, right? So making these connections with the people here is huge. But there's 2 sides to NIL, or at least there was. Now, They're still we're trying to put the genie back in the bottle a little bit on this stuff, but understanding of what true NIL is. Like Arch Manning's on our team right now.
Yeah.
He has true NIL, right? He's got to deal with Viore. He's got to deal with Red Bull, right? We didn't do those deals. His people did those deals, right? We didn't do those deals. We just had 4 guys sign with Nike. Nike's now getting into that space of the collegiate athlete. They just signed 16 athletes at Texas.
I mean, it's
Adidas
smart.
is down that road.
Yeah,
like
why
people
not?
People are in that space
and
now.
Adidas has been there, especially in the AAU basketball side of it for a long time.
So this thing is really enormous, and then trying to wrap our kind of grasp of it all of what does this look like? What's our part in it? Right? What's their agents? Everybody's got an agent now. High school kids got agents now. Right. And then what is the role they play in making all that stuff happen? And so I think we're all trying to navigate the waters as best we can.
Coach, do you communicate with the kid differently now though? And I know we're getting into it.
I'm making more money than you. How you gonna tell me that I need to show up to practice?
And it's funny you say it like that, bro, but yeah, that's the spirit of it though. Like how you coach some of these younger kids?
I think what's helped me, I spent 3 years in the league. I wasn't there a long time, but I was in the league in 2004 in Oakland. And that team, that we were not a very good team, but I had on that team was Charles Woodson, Warren Sapp, Tim Brown, Jerry Rice, like a lot of old heads at that time.
You showed it.
Yeah, we had all those guys kind of on their way out. Then I circled back in 17, 18. And it hurts me because they used to be down in LA, man. That hurts me.
You don't even got no protein.
Hey, man, you say what you want. Okay, I don't.
Hey, that was hard. I was in LA when it was Marcus Allen and Bo and that whole crew. Okay, but then 17, 18, I was in Atlanta with Julio and Mohamed Sanu and Matt Ryan and that whole group. The pro athlete's different than the collegiate athlete. Y'all always wanted to know why. If you knew the why, and you knew that at your core, the competitor in you wants to be the best that you can be, and you know why we're doing something, y'all would always go do it. As long as there was okay, that makes sense to me. But if it's just do as I say, that ain't gonna fly anymore.
Feeling a little philosophical.
Yeah.
Starting to sound like one of your guys, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's
starting to sound a little peevish. Starting to sound a little peevish, man.
Hey, I work for the man.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
I work for the man.
I'm seeing it's coming out of you, but I'm starting to get a little.
Y'all want to know why?
Damn.
Yeah. Tell me why.
Yeah.
So now, instead of you having to say why, I just tell them why. Right through it all, here's why we're doing this today.
Damn, that's crazy. It sounds like you. To me, it's like what is that called when you blend in? Like you change with the times.
You have to.
And you stay like, no, I don't want to say you stay above it because you on the other end because you're a coach. But it sounds like you really tapped in and you like you understand it. And I think some coaches can get lost in that. And they don't change with the times. And I think that's when you start to see like a lot of friction, with the players and the coach. Not saying that you have to be a coach's player, a player's coach, but understanding, the players, I think give you the best opportunity to be able to get it all out of that individual. And it sounds like just, how you breaking it down on all levels.
I think, all
levels.
Working for Coach Saban for 3 years and that little snapshot, that's the greatest college football coach of all time, at least in our era, right? Yeah. And Pete having the ability to do it both in college and the NFL was unique. And the fact that that's the bulk of my career is with those two men, like they were unbelievable and completely different. They couldn't be further on the spectrum of the way they approach things. Yeah. Coach Saban used to say it a lot. And he's got all these little nuggets. He used to always say, adapt or die. There's a reason dinosaurs aren't on the earth anymore. So in my time here, I'm going into year 6, NIL has kicked into play, and then revenue sharing kicked in. The college football playoff went to 4 teams to 12 teams. Conference realignment. Freaking Cal's in the ACC, USC's in the Big Ten, Texas is in the SEC. right? I mean, there's been so much change. The transfer portal's changed every year.
Yeah.
You know, when kids can go in, when they can't, how many times they can go in. So there's been all these changes. Like I felt like that principle of adapt or die, I got it written in my office behind my desk. Like we have to adapt, and we got to adapt to the kids. The kids are changing too.
What I was about to say, you almost have to, right? Or,
Yeah.
you won't be able to survive.
Yeah.
But at what point do it become like, all right? Because you just say the portal change again. And the portal, been around 5 years? 4?
5? Yeah, we're
Five
going
years.
in. Yeah, 5 years.
And every year it changes.
It's changed every year.
Like, God damn.
Because we're
how
learning
much-
on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
like how
learning.
much it is. Like, all right, man, at some point, like, what we gonna stick with? And then when I think about it, and I look at the motto of the NFL, like their foundation is set. And it's really I mean, they bend a little bit.
To me,
but
it's tough to compare though, money, because we know it's a finite amount of teams. It's 32. And college
a
is
little
so
different.
big.
I think,
it's so
I think both of you
far,
are
it's
making a
such
great point.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying I get that, but what I'm saying is like, when you got a product like that and it's proven, like, why not model that?
Again, I think it's because it's so many things you gotta think about. Like I look at it like this, Coach. The SEC has its network and its deals. The Big Ten has its network and its
league.
deals.
That's one league.
The ACC.
That's one league.
I believe, and again, I know the commissioners of each of these leagues wouldn't like me to say this, but I believe to help the entire product, they need to go to the TV stations, to the TV groups as a whole product, as opposed to these siloed products. Now, I get it. The two big guys are going to be upset about that because they're the ones that you see whatever. But to me, what makes the great conferences great is the parity in the conferences and the fact that every athlete can't get there. You got to go to other levels to get there. To me, to have those other opportunities make the top elite. You get what I'm saying?
No question. I think that's what the NFL has done an amazing job of, right? They've created parity, and there's only 32.
Yes.
There's 65 Power 4 conference schools, the 4 plus Notre Dame. So you're looking at 65 as opposed to 32. Of the 32, 14 make the playoffs. So damn near every fan base, they're going into week 12, 13 thinking we got a shot.
Yeah.
Outside of a handful who are just having that season where they got no shot. In our world, we only got 12 spots for 65. And so the fan bases can lose interest quickly, and then the coaches are getting fired. And on top of
Salary cap.
in y'all's world, in the NFL's world, players are signing long-term deals, guaranteed money. They're with organizations for an extended period of time. Our really good players are only in our league for 3 years and they're out.
Maybe.
Especially
if you grab somebody from the portal,
and so,
you might get there for a year.
But now you're getting players transferring. They're free agents. Like our entire roster is a free agent every year. Think about that.
Because they can hit that.
Again, like let's say
and even the ones that say, oh, no, I signed a multi-year deal.
Yeah.
It's no different in the league of I'm gonna hold out. And so what are you gonna do with the player that's not gonna play? You gonna pay him to not play, or are you gonna ship him off? It's no different than the Micah situation or whatever from a year ago. They found him a home. He got a new deal in Green Bay, and they got Kenny Clark, and they got their draft picks, and the Cowboys moved on too. But our world is so volatile because that's the only space we operate in right now.
Yeah.
But Coach, I guess if I'm a coach, we go through a great season. I'm in the SEC or Big Ten or whatever the case may be. I make the 12-team playoff, right? And maybe I got 5-star guys that aren't playing as much. And now it's off season for most of college. How do you even manage your staff? And you got to have some retention, some people strictly assigned to retaining your roster. Then you got to have people looking at who you could play. And the play, you know what I'm saying? And actually coaching. How do you even
think about
That's
this?
a lot of
You got high school recruiting.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
we all
recruiting
still
too, my
want-
bad. Yeah,
Hey,
my
we
bad,
all
yeah.
still want to sign great high school players because at the end of the day,
It's like the draft for
if
the
you can
league.
get them, and then you can get them ingrained in your program, and you can treat them well, and you can take care of them financially, they're going to be better for you long term.
Yeah.
Then you got to retain them.
Mm-hmm.
So your high school recruitment, your current roster player retention, then you got free agency, you got portal. And all the while, you're trying to balance a roster that every year is a team who is competitive to go compete for a national championship. It's not, hey, we're going to build for 2-3 years from now. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear you're going to go win it again next year or compete for it next year.
So
so you got to manage all the other rosters. And what do you need? Well, might not know what you need because I didn't know our backup safety was going to go in the portal.
Yeah.
So you got to have a draft board every year of high school players as well as portal players.
Coach, I'm sorry.
So that aspect of our organization, our scouting department has grown tenfold.
Yeah, you're an NFL team, basically.
Oh yeah.
You know, so how does that
Get
conversation?
back to the point.
How does that conversation happen?
Get
though?
back to the point.
No, but like, I'm in the league. I know, like, I'm contracted here. I'm going to show up to work every day. Like, even if I'm in a dispute a little bit, if it's in season, does the player just stop showing up to the building? How do you know that a kid is upset? How does that communicate? Does the agent call you? Like, how does that
agents
work?
all-
So you don't even talk to
That's
the
what I'm
kid no
asking.
more.
No, I do definitely.
Oh,
I
yeah,
do.
I'm just saying, how do you know
hands-on.
when they're a little upset? Maybe that conversation's
Generally, the agent will reach out. Now I got a general manager. I got all those things, and I try to tend not to deal with them on that front until it gets to a certain point. That's why I hired a GM. Our guy's great, Brandon Harris. He does a great job of dealing with that aspect of it. But at the end of the day, the player, I remind him every day, the best thing you can do is create value for yourself. You are creating no value for yourself by not doing anything, because the next guy's not going to want to deal with you either.
yeah.
Like, so at the end of the day, hey,
Oh, you still got that.
you still got that.
You still got
You
that.
still got that because the league is watching your behavior now,
Yeah.
and
And
they
that
don't
word
want to
of
deal
mouth.
with that. And then what I try to do is reward the guys for doing things the right way, right? And we've always leave some money left over. Like we had a couple players in the past. You can't pay them all. Not what everybody says everybody's making. You can't pay them all, right? Well, the players that maybe weren't making much, let's find a way to get them paid more in season. Maybe a guy started the year as our third or fourth team running back. We had injuries. He ended up being a 1,000-yard rusher that year. I'm going to find a way to pay you. I'm going to go make sure that we left enough money in reserve to take care of those guys too.
Damn, could you just
Player
imagine?
performance, baby.
Could you just
Yeah.
imagine 10, 15 years ago having this conversation?
Y'all would have broke the bank.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were there. Hey, listen,
coach to say,
listen.
I'm gonna find a way to go get you some money.
Yeah.
I'm saying to
Yeah.
hear a coach say that out loud.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go fight for that coach.
in real time. Like, I mean, you had all was that NIL back then? Were you getting in trouble for getting a couple dollars?
Basically.
No, that was what they call that back then. Extra benefits.
Extra benefits.
Yeah.
Like that's what
This
I'm
is
saying.
think
To
about
have
this is Reggie
conversation.
Bush.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Think about that.
Did Reggie have a Lambo?
I didn't see a Lambo. I never saw the Lambo. But around that campus, it's hard to do. We didn't know he had a house.
Yeah.
That's tight.
That's cool.
But think about this and put yourselves in some of our players' shoes right now. How many yards you rushed for your sophomore year?
A lot.
A lot. I watched it a lot. So imagine at the end of that sophomore year, who was the best team in the country outside of us at SC? Who else was the best team in the country at that time?
Probably Texas.
Who else was rolling?
Yeah,
Texas
Texas
all
was
around.
there.
Yeah.
Was Ohio State really good at that time?
Yeah, Ohio
Ohio
State,
State.
Florida, Miami.
Okay, any one of those
Virginia
schools
Tech was
Your sophomore year?
was that
You
Mike
came
Vick?
out your junior year?
they had
Oh yeah, that was
not
up.
Virginia Tech, West Virginia.
Okay, so
Virginia.
imagine
Pat
any one of those
White
schools
League.
at that time coming to you, tripling the money that Cal was paying you.
Oh,
Nigga,
you
Cal
out.
wasn't paying me.
But
Let's say at
they
the
would've
time.
been paying.
But-
But
whatever that-
like right now, let's
They
say
would've been
you were
paying
on a
you.
deal that Cal was paying you, and one of them, Miami, comes to you and says, we're going to triple your money.
Yeah.
Where's it now? I'm a kid from Oakland. I'm playing at Cal. This is where I'm born and raised. Damn. Do I stay for less or do I go? All the while, we had a great team at Cal. We had to pay Aaron. We had to pay Deshaun. We had to pay all these dues. The money can't go to everybody. You can't be the top.
I was gonna get mine.
So, right.
Again,
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna get mine.
You see what I'm saying? That's what these kids are dealing with, right?
Yeah, because damn.
there was a kid that was a starting running back at Minnesota not too long ago. I'm talking about in college. Transferred to be a fourth string guy at Penn State to make the money. But he rushed for 1,000 yards. He would have been the starter for a few years. You see what I'm saying in Minnesota, but he left for the money. Those are the decisions young
And the
people are
hard part
making.
for a lot of the kids, as y'all know, instantaneously at 18 years old, they become the breadwinners of that household.
Family. Yeah.
So they're making real decisions way sooner than they probably should be making them.
You know what, man? And this is something that I think I learned a little later in my career. When I think about like how Coach Tefford was coaching, and I just looked at it from a standpoint of a relationship between me and a coach. And when I realized it, I'm like, oh no, you was preparing me for life.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we like to sit and we like to talk about it through a football lens, and now it get into, business with the way that the NIL and all of that is operating. But you actually now that when you talk about it in that manner, you building men for life.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get sport and business, but this is things that go beyond that. Right. Like, we had VY on here a little earlier, and we was talking to him about like what he would tell the younger players. And not one thing that he said he would tell them had anything to do with the sport. It was all about like furthering yourself in life. Now, with you having that at the grasp, like you talk about the grasp, like before it was like, yeah, I'm just trying to get you ready to go, to get you from Saturday to Saturday, you know what I mean, to be able to play. But now the weight of all of this in which you had to deal with, you actually getting this individual ready for life. Does that play a part in, how you deal with individuals, players, because you deal with, their agent, their family, and the business, and then
question.
If they spiritual, like,
I'll see how you do.
No, well, think about my own story.
Hey, I want to just give you I just want to show you some love right quick.
I appreciate
think
that.
about all of that, you got to deal with it. That's some. You look like Derek Jeter too. I thought I wanted to get that out the way. All right, well, yeah.
No, but think about my own story. I went to rehab in the middle of my career.
Yep.
Smoke some bud, man. You want some bud? You got some bud, right?
So that in and of itself, like I have a real life story to where I was out of work. When I get fired at SC, I'm out of a job and I can't even get an interview. And that was in 2015, season of 2015. Well, in life, all right, we get hit with adversity. It happens. What are we going to do? We head down and not fight back, not go for more, or we accept the hand we're dealt. In 2021, I was the head coach at the University of Texas. I couldn't get an interview in 2016. 2021, I was a head coach, in my opinion, at the greatest job in the country. So all of those things, to your point, like preparing them for life is all of literally what we do. Along the way, I have a great avenue, and we get to do it through sport, through football, which is the ultimate team sport. There's no better place than the locker room, right? To find out about other aspects of life and teammates and where guys are from, and just all the things from across the country to neighborhoods that you never went to because it was, I'm not supposed to go over there. He's not supposed to come over here. Next thing you know, you're in the same locker room together. You find out, you learn about one another. So to your point, yeah, like that's the most important thing. All these other things come off of it, right? That's all part of it. I think when we lose sight of that, That's when we've lost our game of college football. That's what college football always was. To go back to Coach Paterno, what made him so great for so long? That's what he did.
Yep, the grand experiment, man. You can win championships with people who are getting an education and doing the right things in life. So that's all about. And to me, that brings me to what I wanted to ask you next. With all of this going on with the changing of college football, how important is it for you to have like leadership in that locker room, like your quarterback and Arch Manning? And I know he gets a lot of the praise or whatever. But I got a lot of respect for that young man, because he has in the football realm a last name that's going to get him in any door, and he could go anywhere, he could do whatever, but he chooses to stay here. And you know what I mean? Through all of it, fight the adversity, all of it. I thought he had a great season fighting last year. I thought I think he's gonna look back on his career and think last year was his best season. But just talk about your quarterback and how important it is to have leadership like that.
Yeah, no, I think it's huge. I think that through it all, him choosing to come here, knowing we had Quinn Ewers at the time, to say, big picture, long term, this is where I want to be. And ironically, he's always loved Texas since he was a little kid. He comes in, he has to wait his turn. He has to sit 2 years. Waited 2 years. Now he got a few starts his second year. This year comes around, we're preseason #1 in the country, all the things, and he didn't play very good the first half of the season. We didn't play very good around him. And honestly, you said something that I've said before. It was probably the best thing that ever happened to him. Yep. He actually got faced with real adversity, and he had to find out about himself.
And he had to fight his way
at
out
his
of
core.
It.
There was no one we couldn't. No one could protect him anymore. Like he had to go do, and he found out how tough he was mentally, physically. This dude took a beating. We were not very good up front. He stood tall. Never once did he say we didn't block well enough. He assumed all the responsibility, never missed a rep, never missed practice. And this dude took some games where I was like, we got to get him out. Well, on the back half of the season, nobody had better numbers the second half of the season. And I think him earning the respect of Colin Simmons, Ryan Wingo, the other great players in that locker room about how to go about their business. Well, it's not on accident. Cam Coleman decides to transfer from Auburn to Texas. Or Hollywood Smothers transfers from NC State here. Or Raleigh Brown transfers here. It's like, I want to play with that guy. And then when you're elite.
How long did Raleigh?
He's here. From Stockton.
Yeah.
He's here. He's
Straight
here.
up?
Yeah.
He know all the Cali guys, bro. Bro.
I've been knowing Raleigh since the 8th grade.
Yeah. Okay.
So inevitably what happens is when like any locker room, and you guys have all been there, you got about 10% of your roster's elite. Or they're your best 10%. When they're your best practice players, when they love football the most, when they care most, well, what happens to the rest of them? They all start coming, man. They all start coming because they're like, oh, I want to do what they're doing. I want the same NIL deal they got. I don't have that Nike deal right now, or I don't have that car deal, or I don't have that deal from the university. Well, why are they the hardest working?
Right.
I want to go where they're going.
Me and Mike was talking about something a little earlier, and it was about the offensive line and how they're underdeveloped.
Oh yeah,
just in general across all of football.
I would agree.
Yeah. Told you.
I would agree. In my world, let me look so you can look at it through our lens in our world. All right. Let's just go with the narrative out there that there's $20 million in revenue share. We're just going to go with that narrative for right now. Okay. And so I got a $20 million roster. Okay. I got to pay a quarterback that's going to play. I got to pay an elite receiver or two if you want to be really good. I got to pay a pass rusher or two. I got to pay a run.
We dropped that low on the totem pole?
Well, no, I think it's actually gone back. It's going back up.
Oh,
I think the league is too.
Yeah.
But
they need to show us the dollars, though, Coach,
I know.
to be honest
I
with
agree.
you, man.
I agree.
I mean, because for you to every time there's a free agent quarterback, it don't matter the skill level. He
But that's the
record-breaking
quarterbacks
contract.
are out of control.
It's broken.
Yeah, that's
Broken.
Yeah.
But Kenneth Walker was the MVP of the damn Super Bowl, and he don't make more than Saquon. He don't make more than. I mean, you would think that the next guy would push the envelope.
Yep.
It don't happen for certain positions, man.
But so let's go back to the old lineman for a second in my world. The elite left tackle, all right, from whatever state, wherever. Okay. You got to want to pay him to get him, right? That's called a signing bonus, whatever it is. But that money's coming out of that $20 million. But to say he's going to go in there and start at left tackle as a true freshman,
That's tough, man.
To defend, I mean, he's got to protect that quarterback and he's got to block for that running back in this conference, probably not realistic. So the more money you invest in those young linemen, well, that's really dead money because it's a developmental position.
Yep.
It
He's
is.
hitting on it, man.
And what's happening is
don't develop
those
it,
players aren't getting developed. They're just getting thrown to the wolves because
they're making the money.
they're making
That
money.
is the development, though. Not when the bullets is flying. Though.
No, they not.
It's tough, man.
I know. I'm saying.
Yeah,
not
how
when
you expect them to
you
block
start
some of these
talking,
pass
bullets
rushers?
start flying. It's a
And
little different.
in college football, some of these pass rushers have been there for 6-7 years. They're 24, 25 years old.
And know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
So what we need to do with, because man, I'm show love to the running back for sure. But I mean, if you can't protect your asset back there at quarterback, and then you got somebody on that edge who like, well, I know that this got no chance to block me. I'm finna eat.
He doesn't have,
blocking the
remember
game.
us as young players, man. We might have had the physical ability early, but we didn't have like the mental discipline to play 70 snaps of doing right every play. We drifted. We were in another space. I had a good run. Whoo!
Yeah.
I'm good. I threw that touchdown. I'm good. Bam, pick. Bam, fumble. Bam, go the wrong way. Bam, don't pick up the blitz. Like that's young players. That's the difference.
You factor in all of this.
Yeah.
He's right, though.
I know if
He's gonna make a
click to
mistake.
him, then he probably, but I know because he young is not.
But
Let me just stay
he's
consistent.
tough.
He's managing his own expectations,
No, I know,
bro.
but that's
that
what
way
I'm saying.
you can't.
That's
Like if I'm an
That's
older
tight.
player, think about Indiana. They had a hell of a year. Coach Signetti, amazing job. He was starting six-year seniors.
Yeah, so that was
Well,
an
those
old team.
guys, what do 6-year seniors? What do they have? They got perseverance. They got grit. They got toughness. They stuck it out.
They got experience.
They got
Experience.
discipline. They got grown man strength.
Yeah.
Let me just stay consistent. Sooner or later, this young dude's going to make a mistake, and I'm going to make him pay.
That's dope. Even when you factor in that, that's why I said I'm hearing the Pete come out here again too.
Yeah.
But man, that's
Well, just specifically with the O-line part, he's absolutely right. It's dead money when you first pay him because they're not really equipped to play early. And I think a lot of that is just at that age, their bodies just sometimes
Well, just
aren't
think about it. It's no different
ready.
than the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, and like Will Campbell's going to be a great player in the NFL. That was
was
hard.
overwhelming. Yeah, it was
that was
overwhelming
hard.
for
He's
him.
a rookie. He's a top 5 pick. He's
It was
going to be a
overwhelming
great.
for him.
But man, all of a sudden they're in what, game 20? Mm-hmm. By the time the Super Bowl rolls around,
And that that rookie year is the longest year of your damn life, bro. You go
get
from
that rookie wall and all kinds of
especially if you played in the 12-team playoff before that. You know what I mean? You played long in college.
like we had Kelvin Banks, obviously with New Orleans, they
Mm-hmm.
didn't go to the playoffs, but he checked back in. He's like, this is real, coach. This every week. You don't get to take a deep breath because
Nah, ain't
everybody's
no
got a
days
pass
off.
rusher,
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
and they all want to eat. They know it's a rookie.
You right, man. You absolutely
This
right.
is that
nuts.
game. Let me go get 3.
So do you think that? All right, we're gonna put it out. So do you think by the? I mean, like you look at the game, you're like, damn, that getting soft. Do you think that got something to do with it too? Because I mean, I don't know.
I think the game's getting back to running the ball.
Well, I think
the good teams are running the ball.
Yeah, because again, running the ball forces
Yes.
a business decision from
Yes.
somebody.
Yeah.
Do I want to have a physical altercation?
We went through a phase of the NFL where it was it was pass happy.
Well, I think the defenses now have started. The body types have changed to a degree.
Yep.
Where running the football is advantageous.
Yeah.
See, before when we had the LaVon Kirklands and stuff with middle linebacker, shout out to LaVon Kirkland. I loved him when he played, but that dude won't cover in a lot of passes.
Think about the safeties too.
Yeah,
The safeties, they've changed.
Yeah, they're dynamic now, man. These guys can cover. They can do a lot of different stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's being different, man. This is what I wanted to ask you, Coach.
I mean, like Earl was almost ahead of his time.
Yeah. Earl crazy. I seen you Earl at the Super Bowl too, bro. Said, "What's up, man?" Good.
You
dude,
probably
man.
catch him down running around
Running in Austin somewhere.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, Coach, number one, I want to ask you: do you think there should be more teams included in the playoff? Number one, and number two, do you think a salary cap is coming? To me, that would at least let you guys.
So I think a couple things. I do think we need more teams in. Like I said, in the NFL, 14 out of 32.
Yeah.
12 out of 65. Not great odds. And we've got fan bases right now that it's playoff or bust. And there's just not a lot of room to get in.
Yeah.
Especially when one of the 12 is a P5, right? That they get an automatic bid. Last year they got 2 in, right? So it was really only 10 spots. And so a lot of good teams, us included, got left out, right? We were on the outside looking in, and we were playing our best football at the end of the season. So I do think at some point we got to get there. But to your point, you got different conferences involved. You got different TV deals involved. Yep. TV, as we know, runs a lot of this engine of what we do. So I think in due time we'll get there. But whether that's 16, 20, 24, I don't know. I loved it when it was 4 personally, because if you were one of the 4, it was like, we all knew who those 4 teams were.
Yeah.
But I think opportunity for teams. We just saw the Ohio State 2 years ago not win their conference, win the national title. We saw Miami this year not win their conference, getting at large, go to the championship game. So teams can get into the playoffs and play well and make it. I do think a salary cap is needed, but we've got to get the governance for that.
Yeah.
The issue, and we all saw that a couple weeks ago, and that he's trying to find a solution. The problem is, like, we all signed up to be part of the NCAA. Every school did. And we all agree to the rules of what the rules are supposed to be. But the moment a rule doesn't go my way, I run and go get a judge to get an injunction and say, no, I don't like the rule.
Yeah.
No, you signed up for this. So we got to figure out a way to say, when you sign up for this, these are the rules. These are the consequences when you break those rules. That's what the NFL has done. If you want to give the NFL credit for anything, they've done that. They've done that. Go ahead and tamper in the NFL. Look at those fines. Wait till you see those fines.
Yeah.
Or don't practice the right way, like y'all used to in Seattle. When y'all used to be tackling in OTAs.
I remember being on the phone like, bro,
how many practices they took away from us?
They took away our last 4.
And then the crazy is that this how funny dude. He was like, we're gonna go to Tukwila and go to Fun Zone.
Yeah.
Like, we can't do nothing anyway. You act like you giving us, like you rewarding us because we've been going hard.
But
nah.
But to my point, that's what's got to happen to get to a cap, to get to a people adhering to the rules. Right now, I don't know how much everybody's adhering to all the rules.
I totally agree with you. I think people are, talking to kids when they're on rosters, when they're not supposed to, all of those things to try to get kids to get in the transfer portal. First of all, a lot of respect for you and your school, man, for your schedule, your early schedule last year. I thought that took balls to do that. You and Notre Dame did the same thing. Did the results scare you in doing that again? I'm
going to hold out on my judgment for that. Like, we're going to play Ohio State again this year. This year it's in Austin.
So I got you.
Yeah, so we did the home and home. And then next year after that, in 27, Michigan comes here.
Okay.
So we did kind of a 4-year deal where you got to remember, before that, when we were in the Big 12, we felt like we needed that out-of-conference game. So we played Alabama here. We went to Bama. And we reaped the benefit of that. We went to Alabama and beat them. We lost to OU in the regular season. We won the Big 12. Alabama ended up being the SEC champ. We got credit for that, and we got into the 14 playoff for it. Yeah. This year it didn't work out in our favor. So we'll see. We're going to play Ohio State this coming year. Michigan then comes here the year after that. And we're going to watch what happens with the playoff. And I got to keep watching the committee. Does the committee value the non-conference games? That's the most important thing. Mm-hmm. If they value it, I'll keep doing it, because we have a home and home with Notre Dame coming after that.
Yeah, that should be spicy. Bro.
Yeah, but everybody wants it. Y'all want it. Everybody wants that game.
That's what I'm saying.
But you want to make sure that we're getting credit for it.
That's my whole thing is, and I've argued this on television, man. What is the point of me scheduling those games if it doesn't help me?
Right.
I might as well play powder cakes, like cupcakes for real. Why? Especially you playing the SEC. When you get to your league play, I mean, bro, some of the best football in the country.
And we added a conference game. We're going to 9 conference games this year.
That's what I'm saying.
You said 9?
We're going to 9.
If the committee doesn't look at the non-conference schedule, there literally is no point in team scheduling big time out of conference games. It just makes no point, man. So, what about this, Coach? You get a lot of guys. You're in a huge school. You get a lot of guys that go to the league, man. Mm-hmm. I think we've even seen you on some draft days. I think. How gratifying is that to finally get the guy through the process?
It's awesome, man. Because I know
he said it's awesome.
It is, man. Because I know, like, it's the dream.
Yeah.
It's the dream since we were this big with the Nerf football in our hand. It's the dream since running and jumping on the couch like I was Walter Payton. It's the dream since being out the street out in front of the house, throwing the ball, breaking at the Toyota Corolla and catching the. It's the dream since we were in elementary school playing 3 flies up. It's the dream since we went to high school. So the dream is still the dream. Take the money aside, it's still the dream. Mm-hmm. And to hear y'all's name called, you remember that moment. And then I always say in recruiting, they get to choose where they're going to go. When it's the draft, you didn't think you were going to Buffalo. Did you? I mean, here we go. Bro, you went from here to here. Yeah. You went from here to here.
Literally.
Like, and so on and so forth. And so the point being for me, like, everything we do in our organization, I say it, and I mean this wholeheartedly, like, how do we put the players in the best position to be successful in life and in football? Like, and so all of our schemes are NFL driven. Like, everything we do is what y'all do and what you cover every week. Like, that's who we study. Those are the guys I go see, and those are the guys I go visit with, because I know the NFL is coming to evaluate our players. And so if you just look at the last 2 years drafts alone, we've had 23 guys drafted the last 2 years. It's more than any other school in the country. My first year here, we had 0. And then it went to 5. Right. And then it went to 8, then it went to 11, then it went to 12. Like, we're growing it the right way. That I'm really proud of that aspect, that I'm fulfilling dreams too, right? That I'm giving guys an opportunity to say, I got drafted in the. Now, what you do when you get there, that's on you. That's on you. Hopefully, some of the habits you created here, you remember and you took with you, you put in your toolbox, and you brought them with you. Right. And not getting caught up in the stuff. Like, I think there's a ton of value of coming to college in Austin, because is there more distractions here? Sure. Probably than some other small college towns, but I ain't never seen an NFL team that ain't in a city. So hopefully your experience here can help you when you get there and you're not all wide-eyed. You're not out till 3, 4 in the morning every night. You're not running here. You're not running there. Like, the difference between, as Pete says, when you go rabbit hunting, that rabbit starts hunting you. Yeah. There's probably something wrong with that rabbit, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that some of that you got while you were here, so that you can maximize that opportunity when you get there, that you did play on special teams, that you do know how to cover a punt, that you do know how to, protect on pumper, that you do those things to extend your career, to create value for yourself. So that's what I'm trying to get done, and we're doing a pretty good job of it right now.
So that's man, this has been enlightening for me, man. been wanting to talk to you for a while, Coach, because again, I not just your leadership of an organization, but I with your offenses, bro. I think you really know how to call offenses, but that's a whole nother conversation, man. Before we get you up out of here, man, I just wanted to know what some advice from some of your coaching influences. We talked about some of them in Coach Carroll and Nick and Coach Saban. What has been something somebody have given you that you kind of taken through to this opportunity you have here at Texas, which, I mean, this looks like an amazing job.
You know, I'm gonna go back to Pete on this, because I think this is important. When I was with Pete at SC. I left for a year to go to the Raiders, and I came back. And 2 years later, I get offered the head job for the Oakland Raiders, and I turned it down to stay there, thinking I was going to be the next head coach at SC because Pete was going to go to the NFL. And then that wasn't happening. And then, so Washington came along, and I took the job. They were 0-12 the year before I got there. And I just remember him telling me, go be you. Like, go be you. At the time, I didn't even know what he was talking about. I totally missed it. Completely missed it. Fast forward, I get this job here. I've been fired. Now I'm a real coach. I've finally been fired. I'm on my third head coaching job. Like, I was like, oh, now I kind of know what he's talking about. But I still called him. I'd probably been on the job here for about 3-4 months. I called him one night. It was during spring ball. I said, Coach, what's going on? He said, hey, man. I said, I got a question. I'm struggling with something. I need your advice. I said, I want to run this offense. We just had at Bama. We were killing people. Like, we averaged 50 points a game. I said, but man, these dudes are not getting it. I said, but any of the stuff I put in that these guys were running before we got here, they're ripping. He said, well, that's fine. Just go do what they did last year. Do what they did last year. I said, and just be okay with, they'll run all that stuff, but just be okay with the same results. Like the smart ass he could be. You know how you say it? In my mind. Yeah. And then he said, he goes, but if you believe in what you want to believe it, go do what you know is right. Understand that there's going to be some rough waters, but when you get through it, you'll be better for it in the end. And so that's what I've done. Every decision I've thought about is like, there's the easy way to go do it, but the results probably aren't going to be what you're looking for, just like anything in life. But making the tough call, making the tough decision, knowing there's going to be growing pains along the way, that was those two things was go be you. Now, I didn't know what the hell the go be you meant at the time. I was 33 like me. Now, I don't know if they want all of me right now. I'm 30, but come to find out, Pete didn't really know who he was until he about turned 50.
Yeah.
Coach Saban didn't really know who he was until he just look at their careers, the trajectory of their careers. There was ups, there was downs. They didn't find that consistency until after 50. I just turned 52. I didn't know who the hell I was at 33, 34 years old. I was just some smart ass punk coach that was like, figured out offensive football and could call some plays, but philosophically, how to talk to players, how to talk to parents, like how to actually have an organization that was structured, that guys believed in what we were doing. And what I found out through all that, like really looking at it, here's Pete Carroll, here's Nick Saban, opposite ends of the spectrum, both at the pinnacle of the profession, both national champions, both like elite coaches, two completely different, but they knew who they were. So at my core, I'm probably somewhere in the middle of those two guys, but I know who I am now, right? Which is a lot better for me to not, because you know what? You didn't want to hear, you wanted to know the truth and you wanted to be authentic. And like, I know he's consistent.
What about, cause I feel like whenever coaches kind of need to lay low for a year or two, they used to go kind of deal with Nick and just kind of sit in Alabama for a while. We've seen coaches do it. What about that place? I know Nick's a special guy, but what about it? Why would coaches go there?
They had the cotton field.
What they did. You messed him up.
Because they had the cotton field.
Cotton field over there, huh? Yeah, we heard about the cotton field.
Who told you about that?
Was you up there?
Who
with,
told you about that?
T. Luke? With
Najee
Tosh?
told us.
Little boy? Was Tosh
Yes,
Luke
yeah, he was there. But Tosh worked for me at Washington.
I know, man. I talked to
Starbucks
him.
cup.
That's my that's my guy. You know what I mean? I talked to a couple guys from him up there.
Yeah.
While y'all had him. That's
Yeah.
Because I played with him at
I know.
I played with him at Cal. And then when he was over at Alabama, that was the reason why Najee had went there.
I know.
So I mean, we got that connection.
I
That
had
bait
2 years at Bama.
got that bait going on. But yeah, they told us. So we know why Alabama is special.
Other than the cotton field.
That's where you make your name
I
at,
probably
man.
wouldn't have named it that, but
If you can't last
be
on
in
the
middle
cotton
of
field.
goddamn Alabama and call it the practice field cotton.
What else would you call it, Mike?
The football field.
Well, it's not a football field. It's
What
a cotton field. We was gonna find out if you was pussy or not.
That
Take
ain't
your
had
ass
nothing
up.
to do with no damn.
It
Cotton
did.
field.
That was
Anyway, coach.
That's where y'all went live.
I'm going to let y'all two handle it. I'm not
Went
Yeah, this
live
was
at
finna go.
on the cotton field, banging.
What was so special about Alabama?
For me,
Yeah.
I think was to see how he operated. Like, he speaks a lot about discipline. You hear him talk, but he lives it. And I think that was the moment where it was like, it can't just be what you say, it's what you do. And like how he came every day. We didn't work the craziest hours. We weren't up there till 2, 3 in the morning. Like Coach Tefford, man, he used to sleep in the office every night. Like he was crazy.
Yes, he was.
What I know about Coach Saban from 7 a.m. till about 9 at night, it was about
You make it
work.
look like that's even any better.
Hey,
7 a.m. to 9.
it was better than from all 24 hours.
From 7 to 2.
Yeah, but it
right.
was about the work, and it was about the standard of the work that you did, and the expectation of the work that you did, and he adhered to it himself first. He didn't ask anything of you that he didn't expect from himself. And that was what was the foundation that was laid. And the names on the back of the jerseys changed. The faces on the coaches changed. But at the end of the day, it was that standard of which he went to work every day. And the people, the type of individuals he wanted part of that organization were. He didn't change. And in the end, when he retired is because college football changed to a point to where, in my opinion, he was like, I don't want to adapt anymore. I'm not adapting to that.
I understand it, man.
I mean, you remember what he told, adapt or die. And it was kind of like, it was like,
I'm out.
yeah. I really think that's,
It's stupid. I am out.
Yeah, well, he's
I
great on
could.
TV. He's great on
great.
TV.
He is great, man.
He is. I mean, sometimes I think it gets a little wild for him, and his face shows it,
With
which
Pat?
is awesome. Yeah,
Pat
which is
Pasper.
awesome.
I know, because when I was up there, when I went on that college game day with them, who I put in the headlock? Was that Herb?
Herb Street. Yeah, he sat right beside you.
Yeah. And, it started getting wild. And you can, like you said, you can see it on his face. What's that Homer Simpson meme?
Where you go
Where
up
we
into
go into the bushes like this. he had one of them moments. But I mean, being able to hear him speak in person, and it wasn't like, just from a lens. And then the fact where he like beast mode. And I'm like, oh shit, you know my name? It was one of them kind of moments for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually his real personality.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot of that, I love it that he's getting a chance for people to see his personality, because a lot of what we got from press conferences and from the sideline was like projected.
Yeah.
At his core, he's got a great personality. He's funny. He'll bust your ass. He'll jokes on you. Like he's competitive. Like all those things you start to see now coming out of him.
Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. I took a visit to the Dolphins before the draft, and he was the coach. And so I sat and spent some hours with him, man. It was an interesting conversation, man. But
Did he put you up on the board?
No, it wasn't nothing like that. Now the running back coach did at the time, but no, Nick.
Who was the running back coach?
I forget who the guy name was at the time.
Why was you talking to the running back coach?
Because I was on a visit. I talked to everybody.
What's your favorite run scheme as a player?
You said my favorite run
Yeah, like
scheme?
hey, call this, coach.
Power. And then weak.
Like wide zone week?
Yeah.
Or inside zone week?
Wide zone.
Wanda.
19 Wanda.
Yeah, 19 Wanda.
Wanda.
I won't run at them. I was blocking for. My favorite was force and wind back. I like force because things can adjust.
Yeah.
But the wind back play was always a kick out block.
Only because he thought he got to show his athleticism.
Damn right.
He wasn't athletic. He had to go.
I had to dip around the quarter.
Normal.
Man, I had to pick up the cone and then come back. You know?
Normal. Every day.
Man,
and
whatever.
he really thought he was doing.
You gonna stop? Look, bro.
But look, not only that. Look, the crazy thing is when we do it, I'm looking at this mother, and he dipping his shoulder like he really do. Like Mike, it ain't even that serious.
Yeah,
dog.
it is. For me, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
But
I took my job seriously.
Yeah, man, we was up here talking. Now I got somebody up here to have some fun with right quick. Because like I told you, see, Mike, you ain't even peeped the transition. And let's go back to the beginning of our interview. You see, he came up here, he was ready to just throw all these goddamn questions that he got on this thing with his stylist lined up. And I'm like, damn, relax, Mike. Let's just have a conversation with dog. And now look, this is probably one of the most impactful, insightful conversations that you done had with a coach. And you didn't even know that you was doing it. I don't think you went back to your script not one time.
I mean, I know I'm going to get got.
Coach, the name of this show is the Get Got podcast. I'm just going to transition now for real.
You
and just keep it moving.
There you go. You learn.
Some years ago, Beast Mode and I, we did an interview. I was out the league. He was still playing. Where he famously said, look, I know I'm going to get got. Or no, everybody get got. But I'm going to get mine more than I get got. Did I say it right that time?
No. Meanwhile,
everybody get
referring
got.
to what?
So this is how it goes. It say, I know I'm going to get got, but I'm going to get mine more. No, you didn't say that. I know I'm going to get got, but I'm going to get mine more than I get got,
That's
though.
exactly what I
Because he was asking me about getting hit or something. And I'm like, everybody get hit, but if you hit me, I'm going to do what I got to do to hit that back. So therefore, in this thing, I don't know why you keep saying famously too. It's just conversation. Me and my dog was talking, and I told him that. But now we got the pod, Get Got, and we want to know your Get Got moment.
You going to do this every week now.
No,
you
I'm
did
not.
a great job explaining
Yeah,
it, Beast.
because you keep on.
Job.
After
You're going to do it. You're going to do it every
after
week
so
now.
many
Jacob,
years,
send
bro,
him
like-
the email. Send him the email.
You better not send it. You know I'm not going to read it.
Get got moment.
When I got it or when
Yeah.
I gave it?
When you got.
When I got.
Yeah.
As a player?
As a player, as a coach.
Yeah, you had a DC, force you to throw the bang eight against, you know what I'm saying? Quarters,
I mean,
so I don't know.
I'm gonna go with something recent because it's still
It's still stinging.
It's still stinging. The wound is still open. It's still. We were at Ohio State last year, and it was a tight game, and we got the ball. We're driving. The ball goes down inside the 1. And they had a great red area defense. They had played us well in the red area the year before in the semis. And we had Arch, and I said, we went right to like a fastball quarterback sneak inside the 1. Instead of running the best play, he got his ass. I mean, he got knocked all the way back. We don't score, we lose the game 14-7. If I could, it was almost like they knew I called it. Like before.
They knew you were gonna do
it was incredible.
Oh man.
It was
But you ran it anyway, though. So
we snuck it.
I could deal with that.
Patricia, was it Matt Patricia?
Yeah, Matt. He's a good coach.
Matt.
But they had 2 red area stop, 2 inside the 10 stop. But that was a fresh get got.
You won't make that mistake again. I tell you one thing, I will say this. I do think that defense at Ohio State couldn't have ran his scheme if they didn't have the previous coordinator.
Jim Knowles.
Yeah, I think Knowles kind of was the
Yeah, he's good.
precursor.
He's good.
Precursor.
Now they had some guys though. It
Yeah.
helps. You got any good team player. Like I mean, they might have just on that defense alone 4 first rounders.
Yeah, the Knowles. I mean, the
McDonald.
McDonald.
Both backers.
Yep, Styles and
Reese.
and Reese,
And then
you got
Caleb Downs.
They like that.
They might have 3 top 10 picks
That's
on
what I'm
that
saying.
defense. Yeah, these are real. They're real.
Yeah, Caleb Downs is what my son. That's who he watches, bro. Like,
Oh man,
he's
a pro.
He's already. But his brother plays in the league. I mean, his dad. I think his dad.
The
or
2
something
backers
plays
are
too.
freaks, man.
Dude, Arvell.
Both
is
of
a
them.
Grown.
They both
man.
ran 4.4.
Well, Sonny used to play safety.
1 or 2 or something.
Sonny used to play
That
safety.
backer.
He's like 6'4".
Them running like that.
He's like 6'4", bro. He's huge. Can move too, man.
Yeah, they were a good team.
That's crazy. At 6'4", running 4'4".
Yeah, bro. Like, he's a big dude, dog.
I used to could run a 4'4".
4'3".
You run a 4'3"? What you can run right now, Coach?
43.
Coach Sarkeesian, thank you for
Thank
stopping
you,
by the
man. We
podcast.
appreciate y'all, man.
This has been a Playmaker production.